focused on reforms, including in our mental health and homeless space. And I want to just acknowledge, when I got here, we had no homeless plan, we had no housing plan, we had no mental health plan, there's no accountability. There was little investment. Not a knock, it just wasn't the focus, the priority of Sacramento. It was the responsibility of cities and counties. I know this intimately as a former mayor. When I was mayor, I never thought about calling Arnold Schwarzenegger and say, what the hell are you doing on homelessness? Wasn't even in my consciousness. It was responsibility exclusively of cities and counties. That has fundamentally changed. We crafted new statewide programs. Just think about this. Don't forget about it. You funded Homekey. You funded Project Roomkey, that together have taken, quite literally, PolitiFact this, 72,000 people off the streets by converting hotels and motels and other properties into long-term housing. And by the way, we're seeing results. We're seeing results. Early data just compiled. You may have seen this. We just released it. Early data shows, and this is the important number, unsheltered homeless, that the number of unsheltered homeless in California dropped almost double digits, 9% last year in 2025. It dropped in the state of California. First time in over a decade and a half that we can lay claim to that. LA down 10.3%, Riverside down 19%, Contra Costa County down 34.8%. And I'll remind folks, by the way, you think this is unique to California? Overall homelessness in the United States of America went up 18.13% last year. California, 2025, unsheltered homeless, 9% reduction. First time in almost 2 decades. So the investments are paying off, and of course, it's not good enough, particularly for those living on the streets, self-medicating with drug and alcohol addictions, those suffering from bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, and paranoia. But because of your leadership and new tools to address this issue, we've modernized California's landmark conservatorship laws for the first time in over half a century. You created Care Court, a new legal framework to connect people with untreated psychosis to court-ordered services and housing, and the California voters, they did their part. They supported Proposition 1 with a passage in 2024, $6.38 billion. Here's a brief update for folks that just think this is all going to go away on its own and we don't have to make investments. In just 18 months since the voters approved that program, we've already approved 70% of the new treatment beds and slots that were promised under Prop 1. It's the fastest distribution of bond money in California's history. The fastest. 4,000, here's a numeric, 4,236 new locked and unlocked mental health beds, 18,875 new outpatient beds. It's a big deal. And on July 1st, in just a matter of months, this year we'll implement the second phase of Proposition 1 by redirecting $1 billion a year in annual mental health funding for housing and treatment for people living on the streets, providing counties what they've been asking for, $1 billion predictable every year. So I say this with love and respect to the counties. No more excuses. It's time to bring people off the streets and out of encampments and into housing and treatment. No more excuses. You've done your job, members of the legislature. We have. No more. State vision is realized locally. Localism is determinative. Just is, period. That doesn't mean our hands are clean. No one's naive about that. And that's why just since 2021, the state has removed, with your support, some 19,000 encampments. And we've worked with providers all across the state to get over 61,000 people out of those encampments and into services. We're seeing results, making streets safer for everyone, fully recognizing that quality of life is at the core of so much of the frustration people feel about our state.